Welcome to Splitboard HQ. My name is David, and we're going to be doing a gear review today on the 2022 Niche Fathom Splitboard. If you haven't heard of Niche, they are a small company that's doing some very cool things in the splitboarding industry. They are the world's first zero-waste, sustainably produced product on the planet. And I'm really excited to be taking out this new version, and we're going to go in the store and find out a little bit more about their product. Come on in. I'm going to be taking out the Niche Fathom Splitboard for a test ride. And so could you tell me a little bit about Niche?
Yeah, absolutely. Super cool company. These boards are actually the only zero waste boards currently in production, which is super cool for splitboarding.
Yeah.
Usually a really high waste industry.
Right.
These boards also, for length, go anywhere from 144 to 161 centimeters, which is pretty good range for those. Usually for split boards, you want them to be about 4 centimeters longer than your resort board,
Okay.
especially if you're going to have a pack in the backcountry, you want some extra float.
Yeah.
So these boards, again, being super sustainable, they're using bioresin, all sorts of really cool new products. These boards have a really good amount of float to them. They have directional camber, which means that you're going to have a little bit more float in the front than you do in the back, but you can still carve really well. These boards are also the least expensive that we currently carry. They come in at $750 before GST, so a really great way to get into splitboarding.
That's amazing. So what's the camber profile on this board?
So this one is definitely a bit more of a camber versus a rocker. So you're going to be able to cut into the side hills a little bit easier, going to be able to really carve when you're on the way down. So definitely a little bit less of a powder board.
I really like the designs on these ones. Like, it's pretty simple. They kind of have this like monochromatic feel.
For sure.
Kind of black and gray. I was reading on their website the other day that that's like intentional to like reduce their waste with their product. Okay.
Totally. Yeah. The less dyes they can use, the less they're putting out there, into the world that's gonna, damage their production for sure.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm really excited to take this out. Let's take it for a ride.
For sure.
Yeah, I actually noticed the snowpack feeling kind of weird in there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got on this steep bit.
Niche Fathom day 2. Day 1 didn't perform very well, if I'm 100% clear. In the heavy snow, powdery conditions of Rogers Pass, there's a lot of nose diving. It just did not perform in heavy powdery conditions. So day 2, we're in Kootenay National Park, and we are on a completely different snowpack here. Kind of more rocky style. This is getting about 15 to 20 centimeter ski penetration on the up track. And I think this is going to perform much better in these conditions. But so far the skin up's been great. Looking forward to see how it rides on the way out. So I'll reserve some final judgment for moments to come. So 2 days on the Niche Fathom, one up in Rogers Pass with some heavy powdery snow, and second day here got into some alpine, beautiful powder in Kootenay National Park today. And overall, in the powder snow of Rogers, I found that the nose was really submarining. Today it rode better, but this board, I was riding a 158. And I found that the nose on this one was diving even in the lighter snow today. And it definitely rode like a shorter board than what it actually is. I typically ride a 156 to 158, and I would buy the 161 version of this. Where I see that this board would be a really great setup for people would be if they're looking to do like alpine mountaineering, like splitboard mountaineering stuff, or if you're potentially getting into the sport and you want to be able to like ride the resort and then pop out of bounds and do some splitboarding in those conditions. It's going to be an awesome transition board. Overall, I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5 on my rating system, and I'm going to also include that I really like the fact that Niche is really pushing the market in trying to create some sustainability, and their price point is really good. This board retails at $749, and I think that that's a really great deal for this deck.